Good morning, welcome to today's RC Coffee Chat. Now, what have we got on the topic list for today? Yesterday was a flying day, really good day. We had a maiden of a Hornet FPV flying wing. Dave chickened out and did his line of sight, whereas I did mine goggles down, chucked it, brilliant fun. And yeah, had some great fun. Two Hornets chasing around the sky. It was amazing. Really hard though. Really hard. Dave's got like a black colour scheme, or the same similar colour scheme to mine, which makes it really difficult to pick it out on the ground. Anyway, we'll come to that in a moment. Oh yeah, we'll come to that one definitely in a moment. We got some upcoming episodes, which I'll hopefully remember what they are. HobbyKing PLA Friday. New 18650 battery. And a new wing as well. Happy days. So coming back to topic number one is yesterday sunshine was out. Oh, what an amazing day's flying. Well, then you spilled that then. Yeah, absolutely amazing days flying. It was nice to have some decent weather for once. It was, granted, a little bit windy, but perfectly flyable, just like we were saying before. It doesn't matter about a bit of wind. It just means you go slower one direction and you go really fast the other way. And even get better fun with the goggles down for FPV. So I did get some FPV footage yesterday of me chasing Dave around and whatnot. It was just genuinely good fun. Oh, the Raven as well. I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous episode. I did have a D28, 26, 2200 kV motor in it. And I basically knife edged it all the way across the field on full throttle because just the amount of torque in that motor was just bonkers. So what I've done, I've taken it down from a 2200 kV down to a 1450 kV. Same kind of can size. Bigger prop. And so much more flyable and enjoyable. So I'm really happy that I did that. Saying that, I only got one fly out on that one because we were mucking around with the other models. But hey ho, battery's charged by the way. Oh, and Sai, that's why I was going ooh earlier. Yes, Sai, I did get that on camera. We could all kind of see that coming. It wasn't going to end very well, but not in the fashion which you made it in. Basically, Sai's wing snapped off, and he'd actually broken, and I've not seen this before, so well done, Sai, is that he'd actually broken the glass fibre shaft in the middle. It was literally just shattered to pieces. Yeah, epic. And as Sai said, go fast or go home. It was nuts. But I got that on video. I'll review that as soon as I can. I've got a load of video footage from yesterday. But today looks like it might be a flying day. So, sat in the office editing videos or flying. Which one do you think I'm going to choose? Let's go flying. We do have a couple of upcoming episodes. Most of them are all male ones which have been pre-edited. Those will come out now for the next couple of days. Oh, I didn't get a fake Sunny Sky motor in that episode because I ordered it from Banggood, so that was happy days. And yeah, just to give you a heads up, the two Get FPV and IB Crazy antenna episodes are due out shortly at some point. Yeah, enough on that topic. On to more cheerier topics. We have... Oh, has anybody used or can recommend the Real AC RX5808 diversity receiver for the Fat Sharks? Serious question. I've seen the Fat Shark ones. These ones seem to have far more reviews by a country mile. So anybody rate these? I know Joshua Bardwell did a series on them a while ago, but to be fair, when I watched it, they all looked kind of the same, well, except for Clearview, and I'm not paying $500 or whatever it is for a Clearview unit. That's bonkers. So, yeah, can anybody rate this module? It's on sale right now. It looks pretty good. The only negative which I know of is that it doesn't come with a cover, so you have to print one out, which I've got 3D printer, which I can do that. And the buttons on the top don't work anymore, so you have to put your hand around and use the little toggle switch. Yeah, so yeah, open question on that one. Next topic is HobbyKing PLA Friday. I'm not even putting the HobbyKing Black Friday page on your screen because it was just a washout. It really was. I'd heard from so many people about the legendary sales from HobbyKing, and there wasn't even a model in sight. What was that all about? On the bright side, I did get myself some of those Turnigy A-Spec batteries, and we all know that I like them because they come with stickers, but on a very serious point, they've worked out really, really well for me in the past. So, yeah, you imagine how many times I've flown those batteries in quads, in the Wing, and goodness knows how many other models, and absolutely ragged the nuts off them, and none of them are puffed, whereas these Turnigy, oh, there you go, these black Turnigy ones, the blue ones and stuff, they're all starting to puff. And I haven't had those anywhere near as long, or has used them as anywhere as much as what I've done with those A-Spec batteries. So yeah, I bought 6 of those and a battery charger, which was perfect timing because I caught my B6 clone this morning overcharging the battery. I think we're up to like 4.4 volts, something like that. So it's there with a fan on it at the moment, just trying to discharge it. Battery's charged. There you go. As you can tell, it was a flying day yesterday. So yeah, HobbyKing's bit disappointed from all the hype. Like I said, I've been told that it was enough. Right, new 18650 battery. This one turned up in the mail yesterday. I've been and soldered on some wires, but frankly, I'm not happy with them. So I'm going to unsolder those today. I bought this for €60, complete with hot glue everywhere. €60 off eBay. This is a 4S 2P pack, so that means that it's 4 batteries, so there's 4S power on it, and then 2P because we got 2 batteries in parallel. Yeah, super good spot welding on there. I don't think that's going to come apart anytime soon. I have put a little bit of Kapton tape around it for the moment, and I will seal this pack up as well. This pack comes in at less weight by about 100 grams compared to the, just looking around my desk, no, I haven't got one, the Turnigy Multi-Star 5200 10C pack. Yeah, this one comes in at 100 grams less, and instead of 5,200 milliampere hours, runs at it will be rated to 7,000 milliampere hours. Absolute bonkers. So this one's going to end up going in the C1 Chaser. So I need to get that soldered up today, and I need to find a 4S balance lead from somewhere as well. So that'll be fun. Oh, maybe I can take it off some of the 4S packs, which, like these Turnigy ones, I've got dead cells in them. Really not getting on with these batteries at all. Those bulk standard cheapo Turnigy ones, just not getting on with them at all. They've all, well, actually, that's probably about I've got 2 of these 5,000 packs, and these are doing alright at the moment, but all the other ones, they've puffed right out. So on to the next topic, which is the last topic for today, but I will warn you, it may result in a purchase, and I've already bought mine. So yesterday we noticed that there is a new flying wing out on Banggood, and yeah, that one pre-order might be me. I will tell the wife later that I've bought a new wing, and also that a wing left my hangar yesterday as well. I decided that having 3 Texumos was probably one too many, and donated one to Dave, so that Dave can go and cane the nuts off his. So yeah, this one turned up yesterday. I was all kind of super excited because it's the Explorer B. So over on HobbyKing, you've got the Explorer B. So just a quick reference, this one is 1 meter, and the S800 is smaller at 82. So one's 82 centimeters, and the Explorer B is, for all intents and purposes, a meter. So yeah, the one which we're going to be looking at is smaller, but the price point on the Explorer B kind of made it. It's over that 50 quid limit. Remember, I will go over the £50 limit for special instances. Yeah, but generally, new model, 50 quid, kind of a no-brainer. And this one came in, so what's it, $55 with free shipping. Oh, I actually paid for expedited shipping, but let's not even go there. Right, £44.94. That's well within budget and no shipping. It comes with free shipping, so happy days. That was well in my budget, and I'm not going to get too much grief from the missus. Well, I'm sure she'll complain about another model. Anyway, scrolling down, is that let's just get down to the bottom. So what are they suggesting in here? So it's black EPP foam. Now, from my experience, and it's only limited experience with black EPP foam, it does seem to feel tougher. I don't know if it's because of the dye which they put in with the glue or whatever the chemicals are. Black EPP just seems to be tougher, or it's different to normal EPP. So yeah, that's going to be curious. Keep this in the back of your mind. Battery Max 3S 1800 milliampere LiPo. Now, I strongly suspect, and I haven't seen any photos at all of this, of the inside, and I strongly suspect the limitation on battery here is to do with the actual compartment. You just can't physically put in a larger battery. They're suggesting 2204 or 2205, 2300 kV, so a spare quad motor. That would be fine. They say GoPro 4, which is, well, it's a Mr. Me coat actually. Maybe we'll be able to fit that Turnigy 2K camera in the front. That's going to be a curious one. So it does come in two kits. There's another kit which is available, which isn't on sale, but does come with the electronics. Scroll down. Yeah, it comes with everything bar the battery and the receiver. Now, the curious thing is that when I investigated this further, it does look like it does come with a flight stabilization system as well. Personally, I don't know, I haven't used it. It could be amazeballs, don't know. But anyway, let's go and take some look at some photos and see what's going on. So let's have a look at the arrangement which they've got on here. So it's a standard arrangement which they've got, servo on either wing, transmitter on one side, FPV on another side. Now, I like this because that then means, unlike other models which like I'm having to do with, say, with the C1 Chaser, is that I'm not having to carve out holes specifically for the FPV gear. This one was designed for FPV out of the box. So it's got that going for it. And I will give you an early heads up. I haven't received this one yet, but already I kind of like the C1 Chaser more. So anyway, with that said, you've got some nice little winglets on the sides. This battery compartment is the most curious piece for me because I think that's going to be the limiting factor on the payload of what we can put in there. Also note the wings. They're not like swept back massively. They are quite far forward, so that means that you don't have to put so much weight in the nose, okay? And also, if you did put a bigger motor on the front, then it would be much easier to balance it out. And again, I kind of cheated the Banggood website and got some bigger photos than what they were showing. So yeah, on the front, looks like they've got a little spot in there for the FPV camera, and then they said run cam, but I don't think you're gonna, without getting the craft knife out, I don't think you're gonna get a run cam in there. So I think that's probably more designed towards the GoPro styled cameras. What else have we got on here? Just a quick look. Yeah, I hope they don't pre-apply the stickers. I'm not a big fan of those. I'd rather keep it black, to be honest, and I'll probably laminate it as well. And what's the other one? We've got an underside. Ah, there we go. Okay, so this was the bit which I wanted to point out. So where's my keyboard? I'm just going to zoom in so you can see this. And I don't know how well this is going to come out. So when I was looking at the photos, up here, we can see that they've got a carbon, well, I now know from my research it's a carbon spar. So we've got a spar right up on this front nose, which is fantastic. Okay, we've also got two spars going down either side of the wings as well. Also, I noticed that they've got spar placements on the elevons as well. That is looking good. So my point which I'm trying to make here, it looks like someone actually spent some time and energy thinking this one out. And that comes into, we've got the main spar here in the middle, and I would guess the C of G is just in front of that rather than being on the spar, but I might be incorrect. We've got, I think these are carbon fiber plates. Again, looking at the manufacturer's website, they are saying it's carbon fiber. It does also look like we've got trenches dug out for the FPV equipment and the receiver. That plate there apparently is carbon fiber, so that got me interested. And then on the opposite side, which is, it looks like you can put your FPV kit on either side, and on that side, I'm just looking at the really bad colouring on this photo. I would guess that's where they've had the receiver. And then this other plate here is that I thought, up here at the top, I thought, well, that's a nice idea. They've put like a carbon fibre skid plate. That's a really good idea. But no, what it is, that is actually meant for the ESC. So that you can have your ESC on the bottom to get some better airflow, and of course keep the relatively good looks on the top, but also have your ESC down there and have some protection for it too. Also, if you look here, it seems that like they've extended the motor out. That looks like some extension blocks which they've got on the back, which is curious. I don't know why they've done that. It could be to do with C of G. It could be, so if you have the motor further out, you can then balance out heavier components in the nose. Again, remember the sweat, it's not like a Tech Sumo, for example, where I need to put like a 2.2 3S battery in the front to weigh out that great big 1450 kV 35-36 can motor on the back. On this one, yeah, that is very curious. There could be a couple of reasons why we got those extension blocks on there. C of G, motor angle, or just straightforward prop clearance, and there's probably some other reasons why we've got extension blocks on there as well, but those are the three which spring to mind. The other thing which is on in these photos, right, so this kind of makes sense now. Yeah, so we got two top spars, so actually fitting this together looks like it's going to go pretty quickly, because glue on the spar, glue on the spar, glue on the wing, stick it in. That's nice and easy. We always do the winglets last. I learned that one the hard way. Trying to work on a model when you've still got the winglets on there, it's not a good idea. And when we scroll down, yeah, look, carbon fiber cover plate for both sides. That's a nice touch. And then what they've got on here, look, there's the ESC cover plate, and that's how I discovered it was an ESC cover plate. So you mount your ESC in the recess down there and put the carbon fiber plate on top. Thought that was a good idea. Again, if you think about now, this is what I was saying, if someone's actually spent some time to think about this, so that you can have your components separated, so the noisy component, the ESC, in the middle, and then have your receiver out on one wing and the FPV transmitter out on the other. They've also put a wood base in there, and I'm wondering if they've put the wood base in there as a medium for us to be able to then mount the carbon mount on the back, so that it's easier to glue wood to EPP or I'm not too sure if it's EPP or EPO, because they say EPP in the video, just in the description, but to me that does look like EPO. So that's a question which is yet to be answered. But anyway, coming back to the motor mount, we have a wooden base which is very simple to glue on the back, and then of course we can then screw the carbon plate to the wooden base. That kind of makes sense. And then yeah, they've got aluminium pillars, M3 by 10. So yeah, curious. I don't know. It's going to be a curious one. And what else did they have in there? Oh, the other point which I noted is this little board. Now that apparently only comes with the more expensive kit, and I wonder, well, why have they got servos in, like servo A in and servo B in and then servo A out? I was like, well, why would you be powering your servos? And it didn't twig to me until I read up on it. That's a flight stabilizer, as in that you get flight stabilization with it as well. And I thought that was a really good idea. I've not seen another model come with a board like that, potentially in the box. Anybody else seen one like that? It's, you know, I know we get them with the trainers and things like that, but when was the last time, or when was the first, is this the first time where you've seen a flying wing come with a stabilizer as an option in a kit? I've not seen one. I thought that was a really good idea. I genuinely did. So it looks like you just solder up your wires and have A in, A out, B in, and I don't know which side A in, side B is. It doesn't say on the picture, but I thought that was a really good idea. Someone's actually spent some time, effort, and energy to put the layout on this one. And again, let's have a quick look on there. Yeah, GoPro. Look at that compartment bay. That's like the limiting factor right now. They did have this battery mounting plate, and also on one of the photos, yeah, that one there. See that red fluff? It's the width of the hole, or the fuselage, which is going to be the limiting factor on a standard lipo. And what else did I notice on it? I think that was it, to be honest. Yeah, they're suggesting a flying weight of about 170 grams without electronics, which is basically nothing. And there are 1 or 2 videos of this one flying around. It did have a little spot of waggle in it. I did notice that. Now, I don't know if it was because the guy was coming off his throttle and then it hit the glide and it was just sorting itself out. We weren't able to really see the wind conditions which he was flying in. Although there were trees there, I don't know. So yeah, new flying wing on the way to me. Well, I've bought it, but at the moment it's on pre-order. So if anybody has any suggestions or comments on this model, please do let me know. I can tell you already my kind of setup, which I'm thinking in my head, is video transmitter. I'll copy whatever layout I've got on the left wing. So the video transmitter for me will be on the left wing. Receiver on the right hand wing. For batch servos, Tower Pros. For me, every day of the week, they have just been super reliable. Blimey, has anybody else just noticed that they don't have shit control horns? Yeah, look, decent control horns by the looks of it. How many kits have you had and seen where the control horns have been utter rubbish? So, yeah, it looks like someone spent some time with that one. Yeah, coming back to layout. Yeah, Tower Pro servos. Whatever battery fits in the nose, to be honest. FPV camera, well, for me, I've got a couple of spare board cams, to be honest. They're cheap and reliable. Or, no, I've had some run cam owls turn up, and they're already, like, aligned for other models, so I don't know. Might put one of the Swifts in there. Don't know yet. And it would be really curious if I can fit that Turner G2K camera in the front. That would be really nice. And again, because it only costs $20, if I smash it up, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. And as far as motor goes, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It would be nice to have, obviously, something like a 2205, maybe one of those DYSs. Oh, actually, I've got the perfect motor on the way. It is a Emax RS 2205S. I don't know if any of you have seen those yet, but the 2205 Emax motors, you know, the red bottom ones, they've released a new version, which is apparently more powerful by about 100 grams of thrust and about the same weight. Happy days. I've got one of those on the way to me, so that might go on the back. On the negative side, it was a 2300 kV motor, so it is going to be a bit of a screamer. Yeah, so I may end up, again, it all kind of depends on there's a lot of unknowns right now. It all kind of depends on what we do with the battery at the front to what motor we can get away with on the back. So if I can put a slightly big motor on the back, that means a slightly big, could mean a decent sized propeller. I don't know. So, with that said, there's me lusting over a new model. I did look at the clouds this morning, if I'm honest. Happy days. Yeah. The clouds. And how I've not bought that model, I genuinely do not know. Right, with that said, it's time for me to go. If you are out flying today, that would be classed as Happy days! Brilliant. Have a great day's flying. If you're not out flying today, hammer it hard next time, gents. Brilliant. So to quickly recap, we went flying yesterday and we had some FPV fun. I think I've got some really good footage from yesterday on the DVR at last, and I also took the Phantom up as well. She did really well, and Sai did smash in his poor AXN. But don't worry, we know what AXNs are like. New carbon spar or a new spar down the middle, it'll fly again. We got some mail episodes coming up, and I will at some point get the episodes from yesterday's flying adventures done up as well. HobbyKing, not saying any more. Yeah, new 18650 battery. This one is going to end up in the C1 Chaser because that one's being converted to FPV at the moment, and a new wing. And no apologies for being sat here and this being again a slightly longer episode because I'm sat here just lusting over a flying wing. What better way to spend a Saturday morning? Well, be frankly honest, flying a flying wing. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I really am. And by the way, if you're in any hesitation about this model, do not buy it. Hopefully it arrives on the 8th of December. So it will be with me in December at some point. So you'll know more when I've been and received it. Could be fun. It could be crap. I don't know. It looks alright. It'd be a punt. And this is, by the way, this is one of the nice things about doing, not waiting for like companies like GearBest and Banggood like to send me free stuff, which I've only had 2 free items for, is that this way I get to buy it and see if it's any good. And then if it's shite, I can tell you that it's shite. Or if it's good, I can also tell you it's good. So, yeah. Yeah. New wing. Happy camper. So, with that said, I'm going to sit here and lust over this wing for a little bit longer. And thank you ever so much for joining me today for today's RC Coffee Chat. I'm going. I might be here a while. So, with that said, for myself, Matt, as always, Cheerios. Flying wing. Happy days.